gunned up, brain dead, can't decide. You can't pray enough, you can't hide. You can be cool or you can cry. Do it wrong, not at all, or do it right. No one owes you, no one's to blame. Sit for bad genes or DNA. Ask your conscience the why and how. Do it then, do it when, but do it now. What's up, sweet cakes? Who's here anyway? Girls are easy. What you gonna do, little buckaroo? Yeah, you gotta do. Happy fool is asking my. No, we all can be super fly. GQ, PhD, FBI. You can pretend and you can try. Move ahead, lay down dead, or slip on by. When the truth seems so far away, Buddha loves you and Jesus saves. You need answers for your dismay. Ask yourself, ask your mom, ask DNA. What's up, sweet cakes? Who's here anyway? Girls are easy. What you gonna do, little buckaroo? Yeah, all you gotta do. Happy fool is asking mom. Yeah, just ask your mom.
Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of No Cap Gaming. We have a fantastic one today. It's all about AVAX. This is the AVAX pre-game, and I can see some of our lovely speakers up in his house today. So let's start with this and go straight into the thick of it. First of all, you need to hit that share button and repost this room. You know, we are here. We're going to be chatting all about the AVAX Summit. And if you have a Dorito in your name, you better be here and you better be FOMOing hard about what's happening today. So, without further ado, let's go into straight into introducing our lovely speakers. Anyone want to go first, or I'm just going to pick you at random? Anyway, I want to. If you could summon one guest speaker for the conference, right? Who is it going to be? And then introduce yourself. And I'm going to go with Luana. There we go. I'm picking on you.
Thank you, Matthew. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. It's been a while since I've been on a stage next to Graham. Aero, I mean, I have seen him. When was the last time we had it? Probably a month ago. But super happy to be here and excited about the AVAX Summit and everything that Warp is doing now that it's going to be a chain. I'm super excited about this. You know, we actually with Vanho, we have been like really thinking about the build mode and how, you know, you guys have been in build mode for a very long time. So super excited to kind of hear a little bit more about what's gonna be happening. And yeah, excited.
Thanks for that. It's yeah, we've definitely been in build mode. I wouldn't say for a long time, but for a good time. Because we've only been around since October last year, officially anyway. So it's all good. And we're all happy that AVAX Summit is only a few days away now. It's crazy, right? It's just next week. It's just next week. We're all going to be there, partying it up, enjoying it at the post event as well. Aero there put on a fantastic event if you haven't signed up for some fun times. Yeah.
Almost everybody will be there. Sad
Uh,
face.
Sad face. FOMO for Ovid there. All good, all good. If you could summon anyone, Luana, who would you summon as your perfect guest for the
Oh, I mean, I have already my perfect guest with me, like
That's adorable.
we both are going to be like rocking this AVAX summit. Last summit I was in Argentina, and I met everyone. That was like the genesis of my, journey in AVAX. And I can say that I met so many good and amazing people. But after experiencing Vegas, GDC, Art Basel with Van Ho, like there is no way this AVAX Summit is not gonna be like very cool. I'm super excited about
It's
that
going to
one.
be definitely fun. Van Ho is certainly a trip, or has a trip sometimes, going in and out of places. Hopefully, it will not end up in hospital or anything crazy like that. Van Ho. Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot, so you might as well intro yourself and take care at the summit. Hopefully, it won't be slippy.
I will not be wearing those Converse. So, hi everybody. I'm Van Ho, content creator, co-founder of Buildle Mode, Avalanche ambassador. Sorry, there's an echo in my headphones. I'm gonna turn that down. Super excited. Honestly, my Web 2. Is it Web 2 or Web 3 person we want to have speaking?
Anyone, just anyone you want to magically appear at the AVAX summit and be like,
Okay. Because Luana's there already, I know this. I'm gonna say Blake Lively. I'm on a movie kick with her right now, where I've just been nonstop watching Blake Lively. So like A Simple Favor is and A Simple Favor Again, or whatever it is. Like that's my favorite movie right now, and so I would love to meet her. But no, honestly, I'm just really excited to like get to be in a room with Emin and a lot of other people as well. So I think this experience is going to be a lot of fun. But I'm actually going to get to do something I'm nervous about, which is stand-up comedy while I'm there.
"Oh, this is going to be amazing." Is there like a comedy night, or is this on the stage? Or
Yeah, I don't know if they've announced it yet or if it's like already been put out, but they just approached me today to ask, and I was like, oh heck yeah, I'm there. So I don't
Jesus,
know.
that's alpha.
that
We're
is
getting some
proper
alpha
alpha.
then.
I mean, there's so many jokes going around. Did you? I don't know if you've noticed or heard this, but it's a great day for my people, the Gingers. We've been officially accepted as black. If you've been watching TikTok, so we finally got our souls, whether it's
I
soul
mean,
food or souls in general.
I
Now we have
actually
some
have
soul.
red
Yeah.
hair, Gene. I get it, but I don't know if I'd go that far with it. But
It's cool. It's cool. Apparently, it's been 24 hours and we haven't ruined it yet. So that's why we're still invited to the cookout.
proud of
So
you
that's all
myself.
good.
By the way, Van Ho, I think you were supposed to say Luana. Never
She
mind
said
then.
Luana's
Yeah,
already there.
Luana first.
us. It's okay.
I
Like it's
said,
okay.
well, obviously
I know,
Luana's
no,
already
it's
there.
over. It's over.
So I said Blake Lively.
I'm only teasing. I'm only
It's
teasing.
like really, Blake Lively? Really?
I
This
said
is your
Luana
pick?
first.
Oh
We
my
all heard
God.
it.
No way.
That is all good.
I'm really excited for this, though, for real.
It is really exciting, and we have an extra special guest today. The President of the United States has rocked up into our space, and so yeah. What do you think of this whole summit? Will you be there? Will you be enjoying crypto?
You know, the thing is, I'm going to be there in spirit. I'm going to be there with the AVAX people in spirit because, quite frankly, it's a beautiful chain, very strong chain. You know, I'm bullish about anything having to do with avalanches, including if they're made out of like whipped cream or they're
Or Doritos?
Oh, I think we lost a second.
to our mouths, you know. Oh, no, did you lose a biscuit? Son of a biscuit.
You're back.
They're
You're
rocking
back.
my
I can hear you.
It's all cool.
You
It's all
know,
cool.
Elon, what the hell? What the hell, Elon?
Listen. We hear the reception is not great in those Qatari flying palaces. You know.
It's all the gold. It's all the golden toilets I have on the plane. It's interfering with the reception.
It's fantastic. Sadly that you're too busy solving world peace and golden toilets to attend the Avalanche Summit. But we're glad that you're bullish on crypto, and we're still looking forward to your Trump game as well. Who else have we got in his house? I've seen we've got the Shaolin around. We've got a few more people.
Hello, hello. You're going to say my name. I guess I got to speak up. That was great to see this panel, these AVAX ambassadors, and I was going to make some fun, but I feel like I'm overcrowded. You know what I mean? Not being directly related to AVAX, but by association, man. Right?
There's
I can
always
say what
time,
I can.
man. There's always time.
Absolutely.
And I think
I'm
we've got
definitely
AVAX Gaming coming later
Yeah,
as well.
I'm definitely red washed. I have a lot of friends over at Maple Story that recently did their little launch a day or so ago, and it's in real time. It's obviously a huge launch for the project, and obviously they have a huge following. So I'm very bullish on what's going on. And unfortunately, I will not be in London, but again, by proxy, I will definitely enjoy all the content that comes out of there. And just shout out to No Cap Gaming, man. I love being on the spaces because it's unruly, but you seem to wrangle all the cows and all the sheep and all the Doritos. But that being said, my favorite person I would want, I actually just saw him today over here at Toronto Consensus, is Yad. I'd love to have him because I think every time he speaks, he's just an amazing storyteller, and obviously he has good sensibility about what's going on in Web3 gaming. So would love to hear him kind of give his take on everything AVAX related, just because he's invested everywhere in the Web3 gaming ecosystem.
That is definitely true, and we have some famous people coming to the AVAX summit as well. Like I heard someone who I'm not sure if Mr. President is a fan of, but the Scaramucci is coming. What do you have to say to that, Donald? Are you still friends?
We're not friends. We're not friends anymore. And he was one of the weakest people that I hired, and not many people know this, but he's tremendously short. He's a little tiny Scaramucci. Tiny Scoochie, I used to call him, and it's true. It's so true.
Well, we'll give him your best when we're there at the summit, giving him Doritos. All good, all good. So I think that's basically everyone we got up on the panel. So I think it's basically time to say, why are we going there? What is this? What is this all about? What is happening there? Does anyone have the download? Do we know what we're doing? Do we know what we're experiencing? Who's got any alpha on the actual summit? Or are we all just walking into this like gigantic country manor house completely blind? Anyone with any alpha?
I think we're all walking in pretty blind. I do have like a lineup of where we're supposed to go if you want me to send you the form. And I think there are like some outer events that they're having as well on Luma, which y'all's is on there. I'm really excited for that. I'm glad it's next door to the other one so I can walk over to both,
Yeah, and then stay in ours because ours is clearly going to be superior because it's in the pub, which is always good. It's always good.
Same page here. But yeah, no, as far as like what's actually happening, I have no idea. Somebody just pointed out like, hey, make sure you get like the extensions for your plugs from the United States. And I was like, oh my God, a visa? What's that? Okay. Like obviously haven't been outside of the country enough. So
that's all good. As long as you can get back in. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Or that I don't get stuck there.
Yeah, no, there's nothing worse than getting stuck in the UK. And that's why I live in Sweden. It's all good. It's all good in there. So when you're down there, at least pick up some of that excellent warp merch that we've got. Aero, can you give us a little bit of an idea of what's going to be happening?
Ooh, sneak peek.
I don't have any sneak peeks to show you right now, but we might, just look for the green suits is what I would say if you want to meet up with the Warp team. It's going to be funny. What am I expecting? I've seen so many AVAX events and all over the world. I've seen so many of them on the timeline. I haven't been to one of them, and I'm just looking forward to it. And I haven't met loads of the people that I've been connecting with over the previous years in Web3. So I'm going to have to kind of try and keep my warp cap on, but really I'm just excited to meet lots of people and have fun and experience the whole AVAX experience with it's just such a stacked lineup of people that work with AVAX, and lots of lovely people, including the people here. Shame that we can't bring everyone with us, because and even the Luma event. You should have warned me about the Luma event. I was just accepting people at the beginning, and now I know that you're supposed to like filter people out and just go for the ones that you want. But I find I want to just expand the guest list, because I don't want to say no to people.
Yeah, do it, man. Just up the capacity by another. I mean, the pub's going to be happy anyway. It's just going to be more people for them. I
Yeah,
think
well,
a
we're
lot of people are
already
going to turn up.
taking more than the pub knows about, so it's going to be fun.
That's all good. That's all good. They'll be happy as long as we order a few pizzas and get some drinks in, and it's gonna be exciting. I mean, has anyone who's been to a previous AVAX event got any clues to sort of let us in? Joanna, you've been to one before. What was it like?
I mean, first of all, a lot of merch. Second, I mean, for the summit in Argentina, they had music in the beginning. It was live bands in Spanish, which was like awesome. And I remember there was a lot of like different, like there was a coffee station. You can get iced coffee, you can get a frappuccino, whatever you want. It was like a Starbucks, but like an Avalanche coffee station. There was a mate station. There was a station for you to do T-shirts with the designer from Argentina. There was a bunch of activities happening also in the same moment, and you had like amazing panels. So I went to a bunch of the panels, especially to the one of Gogo Pool, because they were the ones kind of launching after that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Maple Story actually did an introduction about their game in that summit. Also, Off the Grid was going to be launching as well. So there was like a lot happening prior most of the launches in Avalanche, because this happened in September or September, October, I think, or November, is when the summit happened. So I'm excited about London. I know there's like we also have had the upgrade for Etna. So a lot of the, subnets have, become an L1 now. So we're going to see, even more things kind of like going into that upgrade, or probably doing something different. I don't know. I'm excited to see how is the network in Avalanche is going to evolve. What are the plans? Try out maybe more games. And I know there's going to be a lot of creators that are going to be participating, so that's going to be fun. Um, and super excited to see you guys too. You know, again,
It's gonna be fantastic. No, I mean, GDC was an absolute crazy one. Meeting all of the people hanging out in the Avalanche bowling alley and bar was great, because they just kept putting food out. And so if you ever needed to just get free food, that was definitely the trip. So I think we're all going to be coming back from this summit spherical, with the amount of free food they'll cram down us. I'm hoping, because we spent all our money on merch, and we're bringing some nice funky things as well, so it's going to be cool. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I wonder if we're going to see any Maple Story there, if we're gonna see any sort of surprise announcements as well. It's got to be a load of stuff there. But yeah, bring your chargers. Apparently there is nowhere to charge in Hatfield House, so I have no idea how you can do that at a conference without running a spare
I need to get one of
somewhere.
those spare battery things.
Yeah, spare battery
That's a
packs. They're going to
must
be.
for any person that's attending, an event with the cell phone and doing live streams and content creation. You need a battery pack.
I mean,
I'm
that
going to
would have
order
been
it now.
ideal merch to bring, to be honest. That would have been crazy.
I want to tell you something, Matt. The most unusual thing that I ever got in an AVAX event was a scarf. Elio, I was with Elio and he greeted me at the entrance at NFT Paris, and it was like, "Oh, we got merch," and I was like looking at like, "Oh, I'll take a T-shirt," and it was a really cool T-shirt, and then he gave me a scarf, and I was like, "Why the scarf?" I felt like a soccer hooligan for a moment.
That's amazing. Was it like a red and white proper scarf?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
What
beautiful.
I still have it somewhere. I need to find.
I missed out on the keyboards last time because I was like, oh, there'll be some left, and there wasn't. And the clever people were just taking the keyboards and walking to the cloakroom and just putting them in the cloakroom. I was like, wow, that's smarter than me, man. Next
I
time,
was
maybe next
so
time.
mad. I was so mad. So mad with Coop and everybody. Right. I'm like, why are
I
you doing that? But
too.
Russ actually got one.
Yeah,
Are you telling me there might
Yeah.
actually be AVAX keyboards there?
yeah. Well, presumably, if they have some left, I mean, they
Isn't
gave
it
out a
just
ton of
normal?
GDC.
Isn't it just normal to just run to get? Who wouldn't want one of those? I saw those on the timeline. And I thought, wow.
Yeah, no, mechanical keyboards are like cracked degens. So, they're going to go, they're going to be some of the fastest things to go out of the event. But it's going to be absolutely crazy. Like, when is everyone setting off? I mean, I can imagine you guys have got quite long flights. When are you coming in? Are you coming in the day before or on the day?
Me and Luana are coming in on the 18th, but we leave the 17th. So like my flight is like 10 hours long.
Oh.
So it's gonna be a nice long day. Like, it'll be the first time I'm sleeping on a plane. Like, it's not fancy like first class either. We're in Gen Pop, okay? So, paying the $8 for Wi-Fi, we're just getting one peanut for snack. So, I don't know. We're gonna rough it beforehand. So.
Be positive.
It's
Okay,
always good.
we're
It's
going
always
to
good.
London, baby.
Just make
It's going to
friends
be
with
one salty peanut. It's going to be tremendously salty, believe me. Big and salty.
Good. I need a good level of salt on my way there.
I mean, you can always have a good level of salt if you're missing out. I think there'll be a lot of salt mines and FOMO around for the people who are not coming to London. And for once, it's easy for the Europeans. And that is never usually the case in crypto. It's almost like being ginger, being a European in crypto. You wake up, you're too late for Trump. You just missed out on all those runners. I'm really interested to see what the meme coins are doing because they're usually some of the most fun. And I do wonder if there's any meme coin related parties.
There's a
I
cock
don't
one, isn't
know.
there?
There is a cock party. I think that's just going to attract a load of random locals. They're like, "Oh, let's go to the cock party. That sounds really fun," and that's going to be great. But yeah, we've
Maybe a
also
bunch of single ladies.
Well, in the cock party, I don't think so. I think the entire event's going to be like a typical crypto cock forest. So that's going to be a classic, isn't it? The sausage fest, or as they say in Germany, it's like there's too many wieners or something. I can't remember. It's funny to Germans, but it's just not funny to anyone else, which is
Lots of
always the
DEX
case.
volume. Lots of DEX volume everywhere. Big DEXs, small DEXs, liquid DEXs. Lots of liquidity for those DEXs.
That's what we like to see, a lot of liquidity. Good summit.
And
Oh man,
extra
it's taking a turn.
slippage.
Extra
Extra
Lots of
slippage.
slippage.
liquidity.
Extra
Perfect.
slippage on your cock.
Brilliant.
It was always going to be a downward slope from the salty nuts comment, really, wasn't it? It was like
And
we
another
started
pun.
there and we've just gone down.
Yeah, we slid straight into that one.
Feel free to
so
go
Grim.
deeper, Mr. President.
I
You
do
can
my
always-
best. I do my best. It was all a multi-part plan, starting with the salty nuts.
It's so good. It's so good. I mean, to be honest, it's basically AVAX season right now. What with Maple Story and everything else, like it's taking up the entire timeline. We've seen so many people just getting super excited about this. We've seen everyone going crazy about the volume, the farming, the yappers. Like it's
Super interested to see if Maple Story are going to be there. If they are,
Yeah,
I'm
they've
going
got to
straight
be
for
right.
that. It's because I haven't played it. I don't know if anyone can play it with a VPN over here in Europe, but I want to play it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And also FIFA's got a chain. So I was expecting FIFA to turn up in the home of football. So they have their own L1 on AVAX as well.
We'll definitely have plenty
Contestable.
of people over here.
Yeah, certainly do. Certainly do. So that's going to be exciting. I'm also looking forward to a lot of the speakers. I'm going to be doing a talk, which is going to be not as funny as the comedy, but I'm going to be sitting there with a bunch of other dudes and talking about AI in games, which is always a blast. But yeah, the main thing is we need to work out what's the runner from the event. What can we mint? What crypto L1 or what kind of thing can we do to just get everyone to FOMO? Maybe we should release a coin on AVAX called FOMO and then just run it up at the event.
But Van Ho, is your gig, is that actually at the event or is that somewhere else?
Yeah, well, hold on. It's not official yet. Let me not get too ahead of myself.
Don't tell me it's in London.
It is. Well, it's at the actual AVAX event. Hold on, let me see.
Because the AVAX event's actually like north of London, basically.
Okay, so it's called, oh, sorry, then no, not at London. It's the Stable Yard, Slide, Hustle, and Improv Showdown.
Stable
nice.
Yard.
What day is that on?
I don't find out until at the top of the hour I have the meeting, but it looks like Clemente, Easy, Excel Baller, Cicely, she's a comedian, Brendan Joyce, Sam Stefanina, and then Hodel, who is making his appearance as himself. Like he's never been doxxed before, so I'm kind of excited to see this. But they asked if I wanted to, and I was like, absolutely do. Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
So, yeah, so that'll be really fun.
And that's on the first night or the second night or?
I have no
Still
idea.
don't know.
It doesn't say like a time yet. Like I just have like a little screenshot of it.
So this is really the alpha. We have to find out where this is.
Yeah, I want to be there.
Yeah, we've all got to be there. I see we've got some other speakers. We've got another Dorito around C Savvy. Are you coming?
Yo, I don't think I will come to the AVAX summit actually.
No worries. It's all good. But yeah, we'll send you lots of love and lots of FOMO from over there.
Send me lots of merch.
Yeah, merch. That's gonna be the thing. I always advise taking an empty suitcase or bring your own merch, because if you bring your own merch, then give it out. Then you have the space to pull back all the merch.
I wish we were taking more merch so we could kind of barter for merch.
Yeah, no, definitely. The merch bartering is always good, and it's always good to like get as much merch from games as possible because they don't usually live very long. So you get a load of random T-shirts
relics
that no one's ever gonna wear again. Which
I
is
tell you,
exciting.
here's an idea. You know what we're going to have to do? I will understand. Why hasn't anybody thought of like a crypto merch marketplace?
I mean, wasn't that the first like use for NFTs? Didn't they say that they were going to? I thought Bored Apes made some socks once.
I think there's a bit more than Bored Ape socks by now, isn't there? I'm sure there is, but like everyone uses universal marketplaces now, don't they? You could probably find a lot of crypto merch just on Amazon or eBay.
Let's just tokenize it. The
thing is that I do wonder though, right? Because we see it on the timeline again and again, the whole doxing yourself and telling people that you're in crypto. Like I wouldn't normally wear crypto clothes unless I'm at a crypto event.
Mm-hmm.
Because
and
I don't want people to know that I'm in crypto at all. Yeah, like, not that I'm like massively rich, but I don't want to get kidnapped even if I'm poor, right? It's probably worse being kidnapped when you're poor.
Yeah, because no one can send you the money, so they're just going to keep going for fingers, aren't they? It's like, fuck me. I mean, usually you lose your fingers trying to catch the falling knife of crypto. You don't want someone to actually bundle you into a van and try and take you away for gains that you never made.
I know.
It doesn't mean I don't want merch, though. I do really want merch. I mean, a lot of brands do really nice merch in Web3. Ascent Rivals is one that comes to mind. I think they do some really cool stuff. Oh yeah, Van Ho, I think you're an ambassador, aren't you? They do some really cool merch.
Yeah, they actually own their own. So the founder likes to design, and they have their own like line. Like they have their own like company that like screen prints and stuff. And so those are literally designed by like partnerships. So either partnerships or through him. And I've seen some great things because King Snooch also works there, and like when I was working at Dark Times, like they had some amazing things they had like designed up, but I kind of like the two-tone vibe. I'm supposed to be getting a package in the mail soon with all that stuff in it, but yeah, I've seen some sick hoodies come out of them.
Always good. I mean, we have our own merch screen printed as well, and the hats that we got, we actually had to get the embroidery plate made so that we can make more in the future. But they're actually like proper sewn hats, so they're going to be top notch as well. And the best thing is, if you're colorblind, you won't be able to tell us apart from Avalanche, even though we're going to be bright green. So we're all going to look the same to everyone. So that's going to be fantastic. So you know,
the one thing I will say about the warp hoodies is they are top quality. They are very comfortable, but do not wear them in warm weather because you will melt. They are toasty. So they are.
that is true.
Guys, you're acting as if we're going to be giving away any of this merch.
Oh no, we're just going to be wearing it, and if people like it enough, then you know maybe they'll throw some money our way and get some hoodies. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should just get really expensive merch and use it to fund the project. That'd be a good
grant for it.
Get a merch grant. That would be amazing. I think that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. And now we've hit the halfway through point. I'd just like to remind everyone to share this, spread the word, spread the love, spread the FOMO, because we are all going to London, baby. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be special. And we want you all here and all excited, and tell everyone who has a triangle in their name to get on the timeline, because it is AVAX season. And I must have written Avalanche so many times, my autocorrect thinks I'm living in a snow zone in the Swiss Alps. But it is definitely happening, and we're definitely going to see some really exciting things coming up. And
we do have zero cooldown here. I just want to remind everyone we're live on YouTube, X, and LinkedIn. Go check out our link tree and go and follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube. And repost the space. Let's take it to Zero Cool, because you haven't spoken yet, Zero Cool. Welcome to the stage.
Yo, what's going on? How are you guys doing? I was having some, spaces issues as always, so I was popping in and out, and looks like I'm up here now. How you guys doing? It's been a good conversation. I've at least been able to listen to it on my phone, just haven't been able to join as a speaker.
No, it's really good. We're just really FOMOing hard about an event we're all going to, which is kind of fun. Well, most of us are going to. Sorry, Paul, but it's
just waiting for that NFT or that Web3 project that does teleportation, so that we can all go to these events and stuff like that. Because man, it does suck sitting on the sideline, because being in the United States, usually there's an event and then maybe it's in California and you're in New York and you're still just completely on the others. You're like 5-hour, plane ride there, and versus like a 17-hour or a whole day worth of traveling to Singapore and things like that.
You don't want to get rugged by a teleporting project, though, do you?
I was going to say that. Imagine that. You're halfway through teleporting and they just rug. And it's like, you're just like halfway through. It's like, where the fuck are my legs?
And I'm stuck in the metaverse. My head's
Someone
in the
CTO
metaverse,
this.
my body's somewhere else.
Someone CTA my left leg, please. It hasn't appeared. Or it would just be like you teleport and then you just end up really low resolution. So you come out like a Minecraft. Pixelated. That would be horrific. Yeah, let's never do Web3 teleporting. It's just a recipe for disaster. And the first person to teleport would just be there like oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be some good times. It's going to be some good times. But yeah, I would also like to say, like, what is everyone's event pro tips? Like, what's your pro tips for events? What are your sort of the things that you do that may seem like madness to everyone else, but actually, when you're at an event, really, really help? I'll go with one from our lovely rival Andromeda, who just carries like a ton of throat sweets around with him. He is one smooth motherfucker, as Michael, the tatted lawyer. If you've ever seen him or just admired him from afar on the timeline, he's now my brother from another mother. Since the adoption of the gingers into the family. But yeah, I'm going to tell him that next time I see him. But it's good. But yeah, pro tip, always carry throat sweets. What's everyone else's pro tips?
Bring an extra bag, like we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I get my selfies with my friends first as I'm going around, because if not, I'll forget and live in the moment. I'm really bad about like remembering to get like content while I'm there for content, because I just want to enjoy my time.
Matt is going to do that.
I know. And then comfortable shoes. Did you know I've had my feet stepped on if I'm wearing sandals. I've had blisters on my feet for not wearing the best shoes. So, shoes you love, you're comfortable in. Like, we're going to be on our feet all day. Even if you do get to sit down, I mean, your feet are swelling. I don't know. That's probably my one tip is like comfy shoes, comfy clothes. Like being like hot and sweaty in nice clothes, and then all of a sudden you just see like armpit sweat. Like, dude, don't ruin the shirt. Like, so like that's my best advice.
Wear
That is
deodorant.
that is a fantastic pro tip. Yeah, also wear deodorant. Americans have a very good sense of smell for any of those
I keep
unwashed
an extra
Europeans
one in
out
my bag. Like, oh, we're gonna be getting merch. Take a little tote bag with you, or steal one from somebody who's giving them. They always do. Oh, and for this one, bring your water bottle. There will be nowhere to get water. That's it.
But there will be somewhere to get iced coffee, right?
There better be.
They're
I mean,
That
imagine
sounds
that if there's just
They
amazing.
should
coffee
do
and
that
no
with last
water.
summit. They should do
People
it
are going to be crazy.
They'll be like, you Americans and your iced coffee.
I think Americans are definitely the people who run around with the most ice consumption. Like for people who live in really hot places, they have like ice that comes out of the actual fucking fridges, dude. I have to put the little tray in and then I balance it and I spill some water. So after about 10 times making it, I can't get any more ice in the fucking thing anymore.
No, we do the
You
same
know,
thing because our ice machines break in like a year. So don't worry,
it's
my freezer's
through
got one of the
overuse.
manual ones too.
I've got a pro tip if you ever want to spot a VC. A VC usually looks like a Disney prince who's got something stuck up his ass and really isn't comfortable to be there. So he's
The
got the nice
Patagonia
floppy hat,
jacket on, right, Matt?
Patagonia jacket, slacks, Disney prince hairstyle, and then standing very stiff with the name tag flipped the other way.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God, that's so true. That's so true.
exactly, and they
And
stand there
singing
and they're
a
like,
whole new world.
yeah, basically. And you can sidle up to them and then you'd be like, what do you do? And he's like, he looks at you, looks at your shoes first, and then he looks at you and he's like, depends how bullish the market is as to whether he's going to speak to you.
Can I have
And then
some money?
yeah, usually that's usually what they say. But that VCs, they tend to appear at the very start of events and then they disappear within 13 minutes to the next event. And despite the fact they get all this stuff free, they never eat or drink at events. So you can spot them by people who are not taking that because they all go to private dinners where they don't meet any deal flow. They just meet
Do
each other.
VCs poo?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think they just shit out a little pellet and then they'll send it to one of their startups
Oh my God.
and they open it for the advice. Like a little
Ol-
fortune
ol-
cookie.
Olives, Matt.
Olives.
The
Yeah,
poop olives.
the poop olives.
They go directly in their martinis.
Into the martinis of their porcos. No, that is too true.
Dirty
That's
for a
too true.
reason. It's dirty for a reason.
But yeah, I see the president has some pro tips for live events. I mean, not getting shot is a great pro tip. Tell us about it, sir.
That was going to be the one that I'd say is to not get shot. And you stole my thunder, you gorgeous, gorgeous, handsome man. That's what I was going to say is to not get shot, especially in the ear. But the other thing is pants are overrated. Pants are overrated. So that's the other pro tip that I have. Pants or no pants, pants are overrated. So quite frankly, you might want to wear a kilt to allow some breathing room.
I really hope that doesn't happen in a packed event. That would just be too much, man. That'd be far too much. And I do realize the reason why everyone steps on everyone's feet at crypto events is because half of the people are ADHD and the other half are autists. So the half of them aren't used to being around people, and half of them don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I fall
What if
into
you're
that, yeah,
both?
heavily.
What if you're both?
Well, if you're both, well, don't forget your meds. That's what I'm going to say. Because otherwise, you're going to be sleepy and wired at the same
Find
time.
me in the corner, guys. Insurance crisis.
We're ventilating. Okay.
Exactly. If you find someone talking to a plant for practice, that's probably a dev of a project you haven't heard of, or Van Ho.
I'm going to reset the space. If you are enjoying the show, I'm definitely enjoying it. Please share it, get your friends in. This is fun. And also, I just brought Dazzling up onto the stage. Would love to hear from you, Dazzling. What do you think? Do you have any pro tips for attending events?
Pro tips for attending events. God, I can't think of any. Just I don't know, wear some good merch. That's probably the best thing to do, I think. So yeah, that's probably my pro tip.
I think that one of the pro tips that I always have is if you're going into one of those side events where they want you to write your name on a sticker and your company, always write open AI. Doesn't matter what you do or what you do, just write open AI, and then someone will talk to you because they just have to. They either don't believe you're from open AI or that there's the suspension of disbelief. And then they ask me like, "Oh, what do you do at OpenAI?" And I say, "I'm in charge of mitigating existential dread." And then they're just like, sounds like a real job. Fuck, it's San Francisco. I don't know what to say now. And
I
then
tell
they
you
just
what,
sort of like, yeah, what do you do? And they're like, I'm also in AI. It's great. It's really,
nice.
really good.
You know what? You know what? Okay, a good pro tip is to talk to absolutely everybody that you possibly can because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what doors will open and what opportunities might come from talking to someone that you never thought could happen having spoken to them. So yeah, just go around and talk to as many people as you can, network, and just see what happens. That's probably my best tip for an event.
That is a great tip. But what I would also advise is try to talk to more than one person at once in case they're terrible, insufferable people, and then you compare them off with each other and fuck off. That is my pro tip. If you want to be that social butterfly, make sure that you get like one who is like a SaaS company trying to sell you something, and one who's a different kind of SaaS company, and then you tell them you can make money babies together, and then you just leave. That's generally what I do.
Yes, that's successful. That I'm gonna try it for this
Yeah,
month. I will
definitely.
try. I
If
will
you
try
talk
that.
to one person on their own, you are stuck with them. And so you better pick a good one. It's random, but you better pick a good one. So what you do is if you want to get rid of that person, you bring them with you and you wingman them into some sort of other conversation. And if they're good people, you wingman yourself out of it. If they're bad people,
Oh
you just
my
leave them there.
God. I mean,
That is definitely
you probably will make like a huge group of people because everyone will start climbing into different topics. But
exactly.
exactly. I have two suggestions. First, please bring some gum, some mints. You're gonna be talking all day. Okay. Second, very important. If you start in a conversation, you're not gonna remember tomorrow. Take a selfie with the person, save it on your Telegram, create a group right away, so you can actually start making connection and connecting truly. After that, you can make a list with all the people you have met, and will remember exactly who is who. Yeah, that will be my
That's
fourth.
that's a very good pro tip. I like the one of creating a folder first for the event. So you create a folder on Telegram first for the event, and then you can just like quickly add the chats into there. But I do also have the whole thing of the whole ADHD in crypto vibe. I have so far met this one person at so many events, and every single event is just a picture of me and him at another event. Like just having never responded after that initial picture. We've got like three starting on like SCC in Paris, in Singapore, and everywhere. It's just me and him, like, as if we're going to do something. And it never turns out. But I think that is a really good pro tip. You won't remember them. And if they do have a PFP as well, like sometimes it's just easier to take a snapshot of their X account than it is whole thing with the telegrams is you get so many of them and everyone does the whole thing of having their like telegram barcode on their phone. So because everyone does that, I don't bother anymore. I just use my camera. It's just easier. And then you actually have control on whether you actually accept that person or not. So if you are the one with the camera, then you are the one with the control to say, do I actually do that message? Because otherwise, if they scan you, boom, they're straight in your DMs. So that's a pro tip as well. So since everyone
Wait,
has the easy scan,
was I supposed to be doing the Telegram one? Because I've been doing my OnlyFans page.
that is definitely one for the hardened MAGA, the
That's where I've seen you.
OnlyFans.
Okay.
And I'm very open kimono. You know this. I'm very open kimono, as many people say. Hey,
Open kimono sounds like a great meme coin with just a picture of Trump just standing there.
Now you know what to
On this
launch,
level.
Matt.
Yeah, no, we're going to do that with different runners. But yeah, I would love to see a few meme coins come out of this event as well. Is anyone excited about meme coins? Is anyone excited about AI or gaming? What's your sort of go to here?
Gaming.
Yeah, it's got to be right.
I mean, meme coin. I like the idea of launching a meme coin just for AVAX Summit, just to celebrate. But
I
besides
like the
that,
idea
no.
of money in meme coins. Like, I think that's the thing. Is
Yeah.
like, I love the idea of like, I do it and it's easy and lots of money comes in. I'm just, but I do think you're right though. The merch is fantastic. I really personally love those Obama, Sonic, Enu, Harry Potter t-shirts. They're just so fucking mad. And that's like some quality merch, that one is.
On the subject of gaming, we do have Avalanche Gaming
Avalanche
in the audience.
Gaming.
With a hand in the air, welcome to the stage, Avalanche Gaming. Good to have you here.
Hey, good to be here. I'm not personally going to be at Avalanche Summit next week. Unfortunately, I've got another conference over the same time period now in Vegas. But for all the gamers that are going to be there and want to connect to other gamers, we always have a little gamers lounge and gaming corner at the summit where we have different PCs set up, highlighting games like Off the Grid, MapleStory, etc. So if you're looking for the gamers at the summit, head over to that gaming lounge. Really easy to strike up conversation with folks who are like on the PCs being like, hey, I see that you're playing, MapleStory right now. What do you think of it? And then that's a really easy way to have a common interest. If you're a gamer, jump right into a conversation. Now for a more generalized, sort of pro conference tip, I always love lines. So I've got a bit of social anxiety. So I'm always like, how do I go up and just like strike up a conversation with just like a random person? Well, a line is the perfect place to just strike up a conversation with a random person. So if you want to go get a coffee, or if you want to go check out like a merch booth, or even if you're trying to get into the conference itself or go into an event, some of my favorite and best like random connections I've made have just been striking up a conversation with the person who's in front of me in line or behind me in line and saying, hey, what's up? You're in this line. Let's have a little chit chat. And then ultimately, if you guys end up having a good conversation, you can continue it after the line. Or if it was sort of like mid and you're like, I'm not vibing with it, then as soon as the line is done, you don't have to talk with them anymore and you can move along your merry way. So my conference tip is always like, if there's a good line, then I'm going to.
I lost you on the end of that, but that is
I was
very
like, what's
appropriate
it
for
gonna
Britain.
That
do?
was in full flow as well.
Yeah.
And if there is no line, start your own with a group of friends, and you could.
Yeah, to start your own line. That's
Why
a
not?
definite pro tip. I
Not a
love that.
Coke line. Not a Coke line. Just to be clear, not a Coke line. Different line.
No, definitely not. Definitely not that. It's going to be a very
Those
clean
lines are great for networking too.
You heard it here first from Avalanche
True.
Gaming. Definitely on the autist side of the ADHD autist crypto spectrum there.
And now we
Avalanche
know why
Gaming.
he's not coming to AVAX Summit.
He's not. Too much risk. Too much risk. Can you give us any alpha for the summit, Avalanche? Can you give us any little little teasers? Anything exciting?
Yeah, definitely the alpha is be on the lookout for the trading cards. You can get those at the info booth. And if you get the trading cards, you can get entered into a raffle for a custom PlayStation, which is looking pretty avalanched out with the decals and everything. So make sure to get those trading cards, get into that PlayStation raffle is what I would say.
I'm going to bring some coins with me so I can buy people's trading cards now.
Oh, this is then we're gonna end up trading them for all sorts of random Avalanche shitters, aren't we? And be like, I'll give you 500 cat for a card. It's like, no, I want 37 million woof. But yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, talking of woof, I had Stefanina's there. I wonder if he's going to be around at the summit and we can get him involved in all of these cool things. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting trading cards. Also, isn't there a hackathon going on Avalanche? Like after the event, there's a big hackathon, right?
I believe so. I don't know if that's gaming focused, so I'm not in the beats on that. But yeah, there's going to be tons of activations. I think yes, hackathon as well.
Yeah, exactly. I heard there was a big old prize up for grabs, like 50K on the table. Very nice.
We've also got a wild Trunic on the stage as well. Trunic, welcome to the stage. Love to hear from you.
Thank you for having me. I'm here walking in the forest with two dogs, far away from gaming desktops. So I'm sorry, but
sounds kind of perfect in a way, though.
Mobile gaming right away, if that is mandatory in these spaces.
Yeah, definitely. And spoken like a true Finn, the home of some of the biggest mobile games in the universe, such as Angry Birds and Clash of Clans, you know, and some real staying in weather promotes the use of mobile phones. It's all good. It's all good. People like to be very active in Scandinavia. So no matter what's actually happening, they're always outside. I'm always amazed when it's absolutely pissing down and the kids in the nursery are just playing on rocks. You'd get sued if you had this in the US or the UK. But sometimes the playground just had a gigantic, like ginormous jagged rock in it, and it's rainy, and the kids are just all playing in it in fisherman suits, which is quite terrifying. Drew knows how it is.
And we have a Zero Cool in the audience as well. Well, sorry, on the stage as well, with a very blue hand. Please feel free to pick up the mic, Zero Cool. Good to have you here.
Yeah, so I was just gonna give a couple little tips because I've been going to events since like maybe 2021 or so. And the one thing that a couple things I want to say is like the parties, you can party at home. Like you can party at home. Like don't waste your time there because meeting with someone for coffee, just a single person, is much more valuable than just going and getting blackout and then not remembering anything. I want people to understand that like when you're going, make a list of people you want to interact with. Try to set up some like meetings and things like that. I always say that mixers and networking mixers are like the most valuable things. Like when I went to, for instance, Art Basel in Miami in 2022, it was lots of partying, tons of partying. And like one of the best events I went to was a mixer that had Luca and just like tons of really awesome minds. And people were just hanging out, just could sit around and just like enjoy a drink and have to hear people, because when you go to parties, there's like loud music and stuff. There's no networking going on. You can have, like I said, I cannot say it enough. You can party at home. Here, you want to network. You want to expand your network. That is the main goal for sure. And I think that one of the things you need to do is create like a card, maybe like a business card type thing that has a QR code that will you can pass that out and it can let people know what you have done or the things you work with, and then they can scan it and they can connect with you. And you want to make a list, like a Google sheet that has just kind of lists people's like, either real name or their PFP or whatever, and then make sure you follow up afterwards. Afterward, if you had a good conversation, you felt like you both really enjoyed it, you want to go back and afterwards, like circle back on Telegram, on Twitter, or anything like that, because those things are going to be very valuable. Some of the best conversations I had was just literally just like hanging out at a coffee shop or at like a little luncheon or something like that. And I, actually connected and was able to talk to people and hear their voice, and people could understand who I was. So, it might seem lame, but that's the way to do it. Honestly, that is like literally a top-notch thing that you could possibly do. Have a couple little fun little parties that you might want to go to, but the whole staying up all night the next day, just like not getting up until lunchtime, you're just wasting your visit there. Because
Matt, I feel like we need Zero Cool we need to give him our phone number or something. He can call us each night and he can reiterate this.
The thing
because
is,
it's going to be really
Cool,
tempting to
you
have too much
sound
fun.
like a very young, healthy Gen Z. Us millennials who have families and commitments and can't party at home. You say you can party at home,
How
but
old do
you
you
get
think
to
I
the
am?
stage when you can't party at home. And then this is all we have, right? So it might just be a bunch of middle-aged, past their prime dudes standing around in a club, shaking their hands out of rhythm. But you
Not
know, that's what
networking.
we got, man. That's all we have. And we're going to defend that to our last. We paid the money to come there on the flight and have your knees broken by the person in the front seat. We are definitely going to party. Not as hard as we did, but that's just due to our
Just
age.
don't end up
It's
in the hospital, you know.
exactly.
But Zero wanted us to guess how old he is. We're guessing by voice. What do you think, Matt?
I think he's 27.
I'm going to say 32 just because he asked us.
I'm 38, so I thought it was funny when you were acting like I was some young guy. I've been around. I've done
You are right. The reality is you are right, but
but it's not fun.
humans are flawed.
Well, like I said, it's like you know what's really fun, like one night of partying or becoming like moving the needle towards like being more successful within Web3.
You're right.
Those lasting effects. Like I said, it's like don't go there and don't say that you're not going to have any fun, especially if you're coming from out of town. Like if you're flying from another country, make sure you experience that country a little bit or that city. Go do something. Doesn't always have to be about it, but like make sure that you're like just like having a good time, like experiencing that. You can go to a party, but like I said, it's just like don't go too crazy because you will waste your trip. And like when you go all the way over and then you come back and like all you have to talk about is like, dude, that party was insane. We got so fucked up. It's like, cool, dude. But like when you're like talking to people and like you land a job or something like that because of a conversation you had. I mean, when you're in person, even people like when you meet with those people in person, it really elevates that relationship. It like brings it to another level when you physically can see a person, give them a hug, shake their hand, and like they can see what you look like. You're not hiding behind your keyboard or your PFP. That's a big, like, in my honest opinion, that's a big deal. So
It is.
from serious sense, like I'm telling you right now, like you will be so happy if you make connections and you expand your network versus just partying. Like I just can't express it.
And you are right. And I did actually take this advice primarily due to my age. Like, it's like when you're looking at a buffet and you see the big cake and you're thinking, I could definitely have that. And like, they've got steak and they've got all of this kind of stuff as well. And you want to load it up, but then you realize, like, actually, I'm in bed by 11 and everyone's still out partying or playing stuff. And you're like, I'm being sensible as you try following into your X account.
I am
scrolling.
saying nothing, Matt. I am saying nothing.
Gummy
The
bears.
master of the Irish goodbye. I mean, it was at Pocket Gamer that we did kind of stay up till 10 in the morning. And that was some very intense networking with the extended team. But yeah, true. Give them last words and then we'll wrap this baby up.
Just something that came to my mind from Zero's story here, but in NFT Paris, I witnessed and was part of probably the most interesting way to connect with people. This girl called Mojito from Hape, she kidnapped people into this like big taxi van type of situation. The whole deal was like, oh, we're gonna go to the next event place together, and then she handpicked people and we got to the taxi and it just happened to be traffic hour, so we were in the taxi for almost an hour just networking. Great
That
strategy, a bit of on the KDN,
fantastic.
but still like it worked.
Mean. That is mean. That is both clever and mean. And also, pro tip: don't try to film content in a moving lift, as I tried to experience in San Francisco. And the roads are basically vertical. And what happened was the belt just kept locking tighter and tighter. So Pred was filming this video of me interviewing me, and it was like. And by the end of it, I could barely talk, and I was like slowly going blue in the back. But it's all good. I loved the tips. I've loved the stories. And more than anything, I'm going to love meeting everyone that's coming to the AVAX Summit. It's going to be an absolutely amazing event. We've got so much to do, so much to see, and so much coming from Warp. Big news from us, acquisition L1 chain, AI, you name it, things are happening. Games are coming. And there's a little sneak preview of some merch that's going to be there. So if you see the star you and bright green suits, hit us up and enjoy some green stars with your red triangles. And that's been it. Thank you so much, everyone. Take it easy.
Buckaroo.